Warbucks, well, the Great Ace Attorney Adventures were last time. I have no idea what the hell happened. We just flew completely off the rails. Everything went wrong that it could have possibly went wrong. We woke up in the middle of the night. We went to the pawn shop. Gina ran away. Windbag's dead. Sholmes got shot. Two silhouettes just ran into the night. I have no idea what the hell is happening anymore. But things are getting kicked up to 11 in the final case of this game. Oh, and she's defending because she has the gun in her hand. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't even see that yesterday. I didn't even see that. Oh, my Jesus Christ. From that moment, Windbank's pawnbroker became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene of the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 21B. Good Lord Almighty. As if we needed another problem to deal with. Gina's gonna be the defendant of the case because she has the gun in her hand. Oh my God Almighty. Hi, Iris. So, got some bad news for you. A lot of bad stuff just happened in the past 24 hours.
A telegram came, but all it said was, wait at home.
Oh, yes. We asked one of the policemen to have it sent. Oh, right, and Susato said she had to go meet with the Justice Minister this morning, so she's not going to be here. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone.
What happened, Runo? Poor Iris. She's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know, which is quite a hell of a lot.
Something awful happened, hasn't it?
You could say that. Understatement of the century, but okay. Where do I even begin? Events at Windbags. I'm sorry I have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windbag is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Oh, yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
Well, I saw all those police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must have happened there.
When we entered Windbags in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs, which are they gonna end up being the? Because we met 2 people. I guess yesterday I mentioned that there wasn't really anything from case 4 that was left as like a little breadcrumb for the future. That's not entirely true. I forgot there was one thing. It was the 2, and I think the reason why I forgot is because it happened the night that I was recording, and I felt terrible about everything because I hated just everything that was happening. There were the 2 men, the 2 really extravagant characters that we met that I don't think we ever got their names, and I didn't give them voices, which might also be why I forgot them. But we never knew who they were. We never found out more about their identities, but they clearly are there for a reason, because I said to go to the prison, and the game took me to Briar's Road instead, so it was clearly important enough for the game requiring me to meet them. So I don't know what their deal is, but I'm guessing, is it possible that the 2 thugs are going to be revealed as being them? Because that is the one other breadcrumb. Case 1 has Mary Poppins, a Karen version of Mary Poppins. Case 2 is the mystery surrounding Kazuma's death. Case 3 has the mystery surrounding the omnibus explosion, or the omnibus being lit on fire. And Case 4 has the 2 mysterious thugs. And then Case 5 has a whole lot of stuff. So there's a lot that's going into the overarching story of this game. So I don't know what to expect moving forward. They ran out of the street and I chased after them, but they got away somehow.
So it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windbag, I suppose.
I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh? Why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina.
Ginny? But why?
Well, the thing is...
No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that.
I know. None of us think she did it.
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do. Yeah, that's the last thing, okay?
So where's Hurley then? Is he still there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
Yeah, well, did you like that first bit of news? Well, have some more bad news while we're at it. Just keep the bad news train coming. I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Windbags, a gun was fired and he was shot.
Hurley was shot? No!
It's alright. His life isn't in danger.
Really, are you sure? Where is he?
He's at St. Sinner's. They're tending to him there.
I must see him at once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Hurley.
It was the 2 thugs who were in Mr. Windbag's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. I don't know why they didn't shoot us as well, but it was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After that, I ran out into the street, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing. Sorry? Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well.
I don't know why we weren't shot, honestly. We should have been shot in the shop.
On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris. We really should have been shot. If they were willing to shoot one of us, they probably should have shot more. I guess. I don't know. Maybe they were unwilling to kill us. Maybe the first shot was like maybe what happened is like the first shot was a panic reflex. Like, oh shit, there's people here. Fire the shot. And then they're like, wait, I didn't want to do that because then we'll be convicted of murder. So then they just ran away as fast as possible. That might be what happened. Honestly, that might explain what happened.
Where's Susie, Runo?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they wouldn't question me for long. And Mr. Sato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Shom, so they didn't get started until later.
Ah, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early. Probably should have agreed to let Susato come back, since she seems to have a closer relationship with Susato than with me, but okay. Especially also since Susato has a meeting with the Justice Minister, she definitely should have been the one to come back here, but, you know, main character and all.
You should have let me know and I would have come to the station.
And finally, as the final nail in the coffin, let's just keep the bad news train coming.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the two thugs that were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris. It's all so horrible. The thing is, Mr. Windbag was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles, and the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
According to the detectives who investigated afterwards.
Don't tell me. There was no one else in the room?
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Runo? Well?
What can I say? I'm down if I agree, I'm down if I don't. Hey, who knows? Maybe Holmes's camera system will, maybe Sholmes' camera system will actually be of assistance to us. Probably not, though. I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go, too. Take me with you, Runo. I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder, but I don't want to leave her all alone here, either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me.
Oh, yes! I'd love to!
Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed and can't have any visitors, so offering the possibility of going to see him in the first place, not really something, not really an option that we can take here.
And don't forget we have to visit the crime scene.
We need to conduct a thorough investigation, which I'm sure you'll be of great assistance with, since, you know, you kind of had the Lodging and Reason Spectacular, which completely blew Airlock Sholmes out of the water in every discernible way. I can see you're ready for action. Imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Yeah, but he said that you can't have visitors, so there's just no point in going there. New location's been added, okay. So we can go, no point going there. We can go visit Gina. We're here already. This is the crime scene, or I guess this is the crime scene. Oh, wait, okay, we can go to the hospital, but he's not taking any visitors yet, so... where should we go first? I say we start with the. I mean, we literally just said that he can't have visitors, so we may as well start with the crime scene, because I need to know what the hell just happened there. Sholmes, there's a costume option for Sholmes in the second game, so he doesn't die. We know that, so he'll be fine. But I need to know what the hell happened. What the hell happened here? Whoa, a full-on walking animation? This is some next-gen stuff right here.
This is where it happened then, last night?
That's right. The two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables, or they had a more sinister objective.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance yet, because
whatever they want is probably in the back room, and it's probably going to be that manuscript. Well, I don't know why that manuscript is so important, but they want it for some reason. No, you're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black. Gregson? Yeah. And he's still eating his fish and chips out of a newspaper cone.
Oh, Inspector, good morning. Suppose I ought to thank you for your vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you'd assigned extra men to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty. Your ladyship. No one told me you were coming. I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care. Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital attend to him as we speak. And I don't think it's Runo's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job. Absolutely, your ladyship.
Why are you so scared of a 10-year-old child?
The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that.
Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change.
Oh, where are me manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Or perhaps you'd like some juice?
What the hell happened to you, dude? You turned into a groveling dog all of a sudden.
I have some of my special herbal tea with me if you'd like some. Ah, lovely. So very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship.
I don't even recognize him like this. He's a completely different person. He put down his fish and chips. He put down. I bumped the mic again. He put down his fish and chips to drink the herbal tea. He's a completely different goddamn person. It's actually kind of insane. So, how was the investigation going, Inspector?
Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diver we arrested last night, in fact.
Gina, you're going to charge her?
That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow. Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me. Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid. Ah, I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs you broke in here last night, have you? What the? And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you? How could you? How could you possibly know that? If I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you?
Well, yes, they were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat.
And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison?
She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course.
I think she knows that it would not be in her best interest to try to do that at this exact moment in time. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential. Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinner's. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know? I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's a hospital policy, no visit at all. Oh! The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood. Oh, no. He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down.
Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know?
Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They gotta stop that bleeding. But he'll be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better? Of course, your ladyship. He'll be as right as rain before you know it. Really? How do you know? How do I know? Well, because, of course, I'm psychic. Ah, yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why.
She's not an idiot, Gregson. She knows that those two statements have nothing to do with each other. Being a great detective doesn't make you immune to bullets. What are you talking about, you ham sandwich? We better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear, please don't die, Hurley.
Oh, good lord. I'll report to your ladyship at the moment I hear he's out of the operating room. Or, I guess he's operating theater, but that's not a thing. Okay. Well, her ladyship. Couldn't help noticing, Inspector.
What? How with it, Sunshine?
Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris.
What's the sauce, Sonny? I'm a copper. We don't go in for favoritism.
You obviously do. You wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Let me read that again. Let me make sure I read that sentence properly. I'm a copper, we don't go in for favoritism. That is a very hilarious thing that you've just told me. In and out of context.
It's because of those Adventures of Airlock Sholmes stories, that's why. Oh, I compliment him, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson. Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
What did you write about the Inspector, Iris?
I don't remember, really.
Bullshit. No way you don't remember what you wrote in your own script.
It was one of Sholmes' lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yard, this is how he put it. Oh, did I write that? And you know what that one line did for me, The very next month my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you. Yeah.
Wow, how stupid are your superiors? They read a story, they read a fictional story, and they're like, hey, we have a guy who's like that. I'm sure this fictional story isn't embellished in any way, in any discernible way. Let's double his pay. Yep. That makes sense. Oh, that's amazing.
All because everyone at the yard reads them. They read all the Airlock Shome stories. They even set up a fan club for me.
Okay.
Of course, that explains everything. It was around that time that you became such a toady to me. Can you blame me? All it'd take is one bad word from you and Shomes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the great detectives will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, eh?
Why does the detectives always have such grand problems with salaries in these games?
The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it. But that would never happen, Gregsy. Every month when the new Rants magazine comes out and my hands are trembling as I turn the pages. Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
And down goes the fish and chips once again.
Ah, lovely. So very much.
I really hit the spot, your ladyship. Another thing. You've now told her that your livelihood depends on her saying the nice things about you. So why would she ever trust anything you ever say to her ever again? Like, for instance, he would never in a million years say that, even if he hated the taste of it, no way he'd ever actually consciously say that he hates the taste of your tea. That will never happen, so you'll never know if he's being honest to you or not. Teetotal.
Oh, yeah, there's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes? What is it?
I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it till now.
An important message? I wonder what it could be. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. Are you going to tell me what this important message is then, Inspector?
Yeah, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant. Dear Susie, is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe? She should be with the Justice Minister right now. Nope, not anymore. She had to head off to the Justice Minister's office. Head off? Where did you already forget what she told you yesterday? To Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her. Ah, yes, of course. I'd forgotten about that. One of the whipstocks took her there in a yard carriage after we finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to go and meet her there.
She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service.
I see. Well, thank you for the passing of the law, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see the Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me, but I better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office and fetch her straight away. Okay, well, that's priority number one, is making sure we have Susato by our side, and location's been added. Where is it? It's, there it is. Lord Justice's office. Let's go. Let's go retrieve Susato so we can get the team. We can begin to reassemble the Avengers. April 16th, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Yes, no matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe you think the same about you. That was a very clever reply, Ryunosuke. You were the height of wit. So everything is clear with regards to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust?
Yes, thank you very much.
There they are. Susato-san and Lord Strongheart. Okay, you teleported to the other side of the screen.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland.
She's going home? Wait, what did he just say? You return to your homeland? Sato-san! Okay, how did they not hear us coming here before this? I love how there's just random birds flying through his office for some reason. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. What was that all about? Again, totally not evil. Totally not corrupt.
Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you for coming to collect your colleague.
What's this all about? What were you talking about Mrs. Sato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow? Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial? We're literally helpless without you. You can't leave. She's been formally charged now? Oh dear. Why are you going home? Mr. Sato, what's all this about? Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. That's worse! Your life here can continue. That's not what I asked! What happened? Why are you leaving? It's my father. He's fallen ill. What? Oh
no!
Professor Mikotaba? Yeah, thanks, I remember him from the first case of the game. He's...
If I may.
Yeah, I get it. I remember him. I don't know that I can replicate the voice I gave him because I've probably given a slight variation of that voice to like 3 other people at this point, but...
We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown, and it seems he grows weaker day by day.
I don't believe it.
As you are aware, a voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Mr. Sato's departure as much as possible.
Yes, absolutely.
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
I can't believe this is happening. God damn it, Usato!
So Gina has been charged?
She'll have to appear in court? Yeah, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of her trial has already been set for tomorrow, because of course it has.
No, not even 24 hours later?
Gina. Ah, the Lestrade girl in the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. An all too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Watch out, you pissed off Iris Wilson. You made a very terrible error.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart?
In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence, but I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave. Now.
This child could whoop your ass 3 ways to Sunday. Mentally and physically.
Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend.
Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday?
Yes. Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. "3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me."
There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart.
Which is?
It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. We need his permission to defend her.
A timely suggestion.
Sorry?
The girl currently has no representation.
But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides that for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender, also known as the lowest IQ people in the entire world. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and the defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right.
Why would you do that?
A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison.
Yes, thank you. Well, I guess we know where we're going next.
Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you.
What a day. Do you need to talk to Murata-san about to leave?
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste. But, Susie! You're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do? As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can.
Thank you, Mr. Sato. That's a very pensive look. If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can as a lawyer. God damn it, Susato! It's not even, like, okay, there's the element of, like, we kind of need her to not leave because she's imperative to our success, and that she's as much of an important part of our team as anyone else. She's pivotal to the success of our being able to prove people innocent. But also, I don't want her to leave! She's, like, she's awesome! Like, I get that she has to because it's her dad, and, like, if I were in her situation, I'd jump on the first... I guess in this time, I'd jump on the first, whatever mode of transportation is available. But nowadays, jump on the first plane to go home to be with family at this time. But she's, like... I don't want her to go! Oh my god, okay, this case just doesn't stop. Alright, well, to try to keep our head in the game for until the other shoe drops, let's go convince Gina to let us defend her. Because she's out of options right now. April 16th, local prison, cell 13. Hey there. Hello, Gina. They let you keep your smoke gun in the jail cell? Really? No, they did not. They did not do that.
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher?
Oh, right, it's a grenade launcher. Yeah, they let you keep a grenade launcher in your cell. Yep, that happened. I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though.
What are you here for?
What do you think I'm here for?
Ginny,
I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you.
well, you can't.
Sorry?
You would. Get lost.
I'm not leaving until I hear until you say yes, you can defend me, or if you give me a damn good reason why I can't.
Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh, you ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I fetch people's purses when they're walking down the street. It's all like about, yeah, but it doesn't make you a murderer. Like, yes, you're guilty of being a thief, but that doesn't mean you should be punished for being a murderer. Because you're not. And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay my hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Ginny, I'd be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one.
She couldn't be staring me anymore, obviously, if she tried.
Why are you being like this, Ginny?
Ouch. That is one stern look Susato-san is giving Gina. Okay, well, I'd like to know why you don't think you need anyone to defend you. I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
You want me to sign some papers, representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway. The whole trial. They're pinning it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do.
Hey, remember the other 2 cases that I've solved while I've been in Britain, and how I've gotten them off the hook, even when they actually were guilty, apparently. So, yeah, if your defense is it doesn't matter, I'm just a kid, that's going out the window, because I'm gonna get you out of whatever mess you're in.
Why do you think that? Because that's how it's always been for me. Growing up in the back slums, my whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, it'll just get your mates dragged off by the coppers, or worse. That happened to me before and all. Been sold out and nearly snapped on the back of it. You can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you're gone to grass, dead.
Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could
forget it. Ginny, don't you trust Runo? Nah, I do.
Hey, remember 2 days ago when we put on the dance of deduction to save your ass? Yeah, well, we're gonna do that again, except this time it's gonna be in a court. You have no reason not to trust us.
Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone.
That wasn't asking, that was telling. I don't think you know what words mean, but I'm still gonna help you anyway. Even if you're being deliberately stubborn about this. Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night at the pawnbrokers.
It's not in detail. I figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started getting through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest. But why, Ginny? Why would you do that? It ain't obvious. The place is full of stuff so I could sell for shitting it to. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time you don't even get nothing.
Is that really why you broke into the place?
What?
Are you sure that true reason wasn't something else?
Oh, give it a rest.
What would be the point anyway? To get the manuscript for her?
Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference. Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is. Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I'm gonna need some specifics on that one. What did you mean before, Gina, when you said that you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help.
Sorry, we're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now. Ginny, please. Oh, yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by.
You're not getting away that easy. Oh, look, it's the cute cat and the cute snowman. A photographic, I mean, it's not the same cute cat, it's a different cute cat, but it is the same cute snowman. A photographic print of a really adorable cat.
I found
it in the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it.
I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in the pocket of that overcoat.
Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Yeah, you're not getting off the hook that easy, Gina.
Oh, Ginny.
The white cat photograph has been entered in the court record. Okay. Well, first, you know the rule. Always, 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 always check the evidence to see if there's anything... The hell? Date deposited February 13th, 9 p.m. Article deposited one small box. Loan amount paid 10 shillings. Redemption deadline April 13th, 9 o'clock p.m. So that was 3 days ago. And okay, let's see if they can read the signature. Look in the back of this print here. There's something written on it. February 13th. Yep, read that. More of the signatures. So this photographic print is a redemption ticket. For an article that was deposited 2 days prior to the incident of the omnibus, it would seem. Yes, a small box. It doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
Perhaps it contains some valuable mementos? I can't help wondering. Presumably Mr. McGill never redeemed the article in question since he still had the ticket. So isn't it possible that the box is still present somewhere in the shop?
Ah, yes. If it's something McGill deposited, we needed to investigate. Okay. A redemption ticket issued from the pawnbrokery owned by the victim, Mr. Windibank, in the form of some handwritten notes on the back of a photograph. Okay, well, there's that. Updated. So where can we go now? The only place we haven't been yet is the hospital. Is Sholmes finally accepting visitors, maybe? This is a shitty hospital. April 16th, St. Sinus Hospital, Ward 3.
Hurley! Oh!
Mr. Sholmes is nowhere to be seen. No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Ooh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby, and the bullet wound wasn't that bad at all, so he's been sent home.
I'm not so sure about that, baby or not. There's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered.
Oh dear, I do hope Mr. Sholmes will be alright.
Hello, what have we here?
That was not Mr. Sholmes.
This ward is off limits. No visiting. So what are you doing in here, eh?
Well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin.
Oh, we're begging your pardon, ma'am. A little lady in a curious Eastern pair. The great mystery solver is a mysterious family, eh?
If that's how you see us, sure.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley?
I believe he's currently in the operating theater, ma'am, undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive?
It has been several hours since he went in.
Oh my.
I can't. The quivering eyes melt my heart every time. Why do you have to leave us?
Has there been some kind of problem?
Yeah, the problem is you leaving our asses. Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anesthetic, that is.
That's a bad thing. If the anesthetic isn't working, that is a bad thing for everyone involved.
I've heard a report that the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is. Anyway, I think it'd be fair to assume that he won't be back for several hours yet.
I see. Thank you, Constable.
Oh, poor Hurley.
Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes? What is it, Miss Susato?
I hope you won't think me selfish, but do you think we could perhaps go to visit Gina?
We just came from... I just realized I want to have another opportunity to say farewell. You couldn't have just... We were just... It's been like 3 minutes and we were just... Okay. Susato may not see Gina again before she has to leave. I wish I knew what Susato-san was thinking. Anyway, let's go back to the prison then. Again, despite the fact that we were literally just there. Welcome back. It's been a whopping 4 minutes. Has anything changed in the past 4 minutes?
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Eh?
Farewell? Tomorrow, I must begin my journey back home. To Japan. I fear we may never meet again.
Oh, right.
I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie. Well,
that ain't my business.
Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They've put their faith in you. but somehow you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them. Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it? It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they are all so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
Jeez, you know beating around the bush with Susato here.
So I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and right now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you. Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be.
What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh?
You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths.
What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies.
You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and I was the truth now. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as judicial assistant.
No. God damn it, Susato. No, I can't. You damn well better. We're losing Susato over this, so you damn well better cough on whatever information you have. Whatever these lies, well, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Yeah, you know what's weighing heavily on my mind right now? The fact that Susato's leaving us in about 1 day. So I don't really give a shit what's weighing on your mind right now. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The one in which Magnus McGilded was acquitted? The case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about?
Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe.
Will you tell us about it now? Let's do it. Let's open up the floodgates.
Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shot me in the witness stand.
And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent. Well, not just based on their testimony, but, you know.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff.
I knew it.
What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. I couldn't see a thing, and then I heard that loud thud, like something falling on the floor.
And that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you?
Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There wasn't much to like to see by, but when I looked at me hands, I had the cove's blood all over him. I was so scared I couldn't even speak.
You had his blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses saw on the roof deck saw through the skylight.
Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose? Who you were, and why you were hiding under the seat? Yeah, he did, only that's not all.
What do you mean?
I mean, he threatened me.
Threatened you how?
He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard. About what he was gonna do after the code was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scupper before the coppers showed up.
Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. Oh, Jesus Christ, a whole lot of options just popped up. You said Mr. McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw, but you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you?
Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yes, that's true, but it was where I heard the thud of the code hitting the floor. I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. Mr. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by my arm. That's why I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer who had been stabbed. A disc.
A disc all bright and shiny. Oh, and suddenly, another piece of the puzzle, well, I guess it hasn't fallen in place for yet, but a connection has been established. What is on the disc?
A disc?
Do you mean?
Yeah, that's it. The one.
So the music box disc was there on the floor of the omnibus?
Not for long. McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it inside his pocket.
So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago in the scene of Mr. Mason's murder.
And the bog trotter told me I wasn't to mutter a word of it to no one.
Okay, all of a sudden this got a hell of a lot more interesting. Not that it wasn't already like through the roof.
Because it was so dark under that seat in the cab, I was straight in my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was Mr. McGilded getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh, because I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people.
In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilden and the victim, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, McGilden claimed that he slept during the carriage ride. And your own testimony, Gina, supported his. All I could, it was, yeah, we already heard all this. Yeah, it wasn't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time and no voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses drowned them out or whatever. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilden and the victim knew each other. So Mr. McGilden was lying, as I suspected. And then afterwards, I knew it wasn't going to take long before someone raised that alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilden told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The two cubs from up top ran off to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they'd gone, McGilden asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? A favor? Now then, fellow, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yep, you got it. It was Windbanks. The coachee snapped at the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilden opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there, but not without conditions. I see. And what were these conditions? I mean, I can guess, but I need to hear it from your mouth. Or I need to hear it from the horse's mouth or whatever. What were McGilden's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling so, not for anything. About what I saw, what I heard. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah. It's the most important thing, he said. I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me, with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? You asked if we could pop your weasel, right? Aye, a fiend's taking the other coat to deposit with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you last to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What, you want me to have the ticket? That's right, and I'll come fetch it for you later, sometime in the next 2 months. You gotta hang on to it till then. Is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you have to go to the pawn shop, Windbanks it is, and you need to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited and any old fiend could come along and buy it. Yeah, but I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now. If you go against me, yeah, I get it. Good, and one more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The coppers? Aye, they come asking you to take the stand in court. To testify as a witness. Then let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is that you might say? And what is it that you won't? After we got over it, I piked it. I got as far away from there as I could. He gave the pawnbroker's ticket and some bush into the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGilden's planned it. And coerced Gina into giving false testimony. Which, I mean, we kind of assumed that he was pulling some strings, because he was obviously guilty. I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied, in that big old courtroom, but I told me, I mean, I don't, you basically had a gun to your head. The thing is, he said he would make it so that he couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, you didn't do it maliciously. You weren't, like, trying to get away with something. You had a gun to your head. I don't blame you for what you did. What a wicked man. He knew everything went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean, Mr. McGilden would have, in a heartbeat, he could have had a lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. And then where we could have gone, eh? No, I swear. So, I had no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. But, I'm for it now, eh? Come on, admit it, you must be livid. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. A favor? What? Sign the representation paper for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what?
Hurley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Sholmes gonna be alright, right?
That's all I want to investigate. But Mr. Sholmes is safe as much as anything.
Right. So what you're saying is if I sign that big old paper, everyone's happy, is that it?
Something like that.
Mr. Sato? Yes, of course. I have representation papers right here.
Come on, Gina. Do the right thing.
I don't need nobody to stick up for me, though. No lawyer or nothing.
I don't care if you think you need it or not. We're here to help you. You don't deserve to be in there for what they say you did. If they catch you for being a thief one day, that's another story. But right now, you're in there for a crime you didn't commit, and I'm not gonna let you sit in there for it.
Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely.
Okay. I doubt there's something hidden in this piece of evidence, but I'm not taking any chances anymore. I, the undersigned, agree to legal representation by the lawyer named hereunder in regard to the following incident. Defendant Gina Lestrade, alleged offense, murder of Baker Street pawnbroker, date of trial, April 17, 10 a.m., attorney-in-law, Rinosuke Naruhodo. Alright, seems like it's all good. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene of Windbanks now.
Yes. And perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there.
I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now I have the representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windbanks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. Well, Iris is with us, so the fact that Iris is there should be enough. All she has to do is say,
Can we investigate? And then he'll be like, oh, of course, anything you want.
wow, 4 investigations. I think this is a first. 4 investigations in one case. Man, this case is, there's so much to this case. There's the thing with the 2 thugs, there's the thing with Gina and McGilded, there's Susato leaving, there's Sholmes being shot, there's Windbag dying, there's Gina's defense, there's so much to this case. I don't even know where to start. Obviously, it's nice that we're finally getting some more details as to what's going on. I want to know what's on the damn disc. What is on that disc that's so important? I really want to know. So, there's that that's going on, but the thing that's got my head spinning around the fastest is the fact that Susato's leaving. So she's not going to be here for the final trial then. Which just sucks on multiple different levels. So is she not going to be here for the climax of the game? Like I get it there's a whole second game, but still, she's not going to be here for the climax of the game. That just sucks, man. Alright, well, I guess I gotta just keep my head held high for now. We gotta focus on investigating the scene, finding the clues we need, and proving Jin innocent. We'll figure out what happens with Susato and everyone else later. But that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Goodbye!